Hi everyone, welcome to Candid Meena, and thanks to everyone for joining once again this evening, especially being a Saturday afternoon evening. And thanks for sending us your useful comments and suggestions. If you do believe in this channel, Candid Meena, do like the page, subscribe, and share the videos. Our only mission is to bring you the truth and both sides of the story. Thank you for your support. So today, I just start by showing you this message from Sushant Singh Rajput's sister Priyanka Singh. Apparently, this person called Sourav Gupta, he's apparently from NDTV, and he wrote on Twitter that, in my belief, Sushant was smart enough to get rid of those parasitic people from his life, even as he struggled with his mental illness. But in his death, they came back to exploit it, target his former partner, and more. Then there were those shameless politicians who also jumped in. So, in response to this, Priyanka Singh, tweeted, "Oh, as a family, I thought I was privy to what actually transpired, but how audacious of me! Of course, a journal who would know more than that too from NDTV." So, what do you make of this tweet of Priyanka Singh in response to Saurabh Gupta? So, coming to Sushant Singh Rajput's birthday, which was yesterday, apparently it's so funny that many Bollywood celebrities they apparently tweeted as though they missed him. So, taking to her Instagram story, Kangana Ranaut remembered Sushant Singh Rajput and shared a picture of him. She called the detective Bomkesh Bakshi actor a star. And she wrote, "Happy birthday to the star in the sky." Also, Anushka Sharma remembered Sushant and shared the late actor's picture on her Instagram story. In the caption, she wrote, in remembrance, even his Dil Bechara co star took to her Instagram handle to share her picture with the late actor and wished him. So we don't really remember who acted with that, the name of the actress in Dil Bechara, because she's quite insignificant. Now, Shraddha and Vani also wished SSR. And meanwhile, Sushant's sister Shweta Singh Kirti also shared a heartfelt video remembering her late brother on social media. So she wrote, "My God, what a beautiful compilation. A very happy birthday to Bai. We will try and fulfill all your dreams. Your legacy will live on. Thanks to the pro team, and you guys have done an incredible job." So a lot of it's quite incredible to see that Sanjana Sangi. Apparently, she also, if you remember, she had some issues against Sushant when he was alive. I think she filed some sort of case against him also, if you remember that. And all of a sudden, she's sort of acting all coy and innocent. For what purposes? And yeah, I'll just look at some of your comments. Shobha, you sung wonderfully well yesterday. I must applaud. You are a very good singer. Yeah, so coming to the next piece of news is that Samir Wangade's father, Nyandi, files contempt plea against Nawab Malik in Bombay High Court. Now, Nyandev has filed a plea, and Nyandev is like, although on November 22nd, 2021, the court did not restrain Nawab Malik from making any statements against Wankhede. The NCP leader had given an undertaking that he would not make any statements against the Wankhede. Now, despite the undertaking, Malik had made defamatory statements for which he was pulled up by the court on December 7th. He then tendered an unconditional apology on December 10th, which was accepted by the court. Now, Nyandev has said in his application filed on Wednesday that Malik has last tendered an unconditional apology by way of affidavit dated 10 December 2021, and that the court was pleased to accept the said unconditional apology by its order dated 10 December 2021. However, the same order has been breached by Malik as recently as January 2nd and 3rd. Despite the undertaking given to the court, recorded video orders dated 25th November and 29th November, The respondent, which is Nawab Malik, continued in early December to make public statements against the petitioner and his family members. Wankhede also prayed at Malik to be held in contempt under the Contempt of Courts Act 1971. Malik had been addressing press conferences and had been posting on social media against Samir Wankhede, his father Nyandev, and others since October 2021. Nyandev has filed defamation suit against Malik and sought damages to the tune of rupees 1.25 crores for posting defamatory statements against him and his family. He has claimed that Malik started a smear campaign against his family after his own son in law was arrested by the NCB in a drugs case. So it's quite interesting to see that Nyandev, Samir Wankade's father, is putting the pressure right on Nawab Malik, and he's not letting it go. So it's quite wonderful to see them fighting against injustice, right? Um, yes, Shobha says false Me Too allegations. Yeah, that too by Sanjana Sanghi against SSR, if you remember that. I think Sanjana was also planted. This is what Bardhan thinks. Yeah, even I also feel the same. Ria's Insta post misuse should be read as misused. The way he was dragged down to hell by those people who live in hell all the time in mindset and thoughts. Absolutely, Maya. Now, coming to the next piece of news, I find it very, very shocking. Is that this lady you see in the picture? She's a Bangladeshi actress, and this her name is Raima Islam. So, missing Bangladeshi actress Raima Islam's Shimu's body was found in a sack. Can you imagine that? So, Shimu's relatives had filed a complaint at the Kalbagan police station on Sunday after she went missing. Now, this actress' name is Raima. She's a Bangladeshi actress, Raima Islam, who was reported missing a few days ago. She was found dead in the outskirts of Dhaka. Her body was found inside a sack near the Hazratpur bridge in Kerani Ganj. Shimu's relative had filed a complaint at the Kalabagan police station on Sunday after she went missing. After being informed by locals, a team of police from the Keraniganj model station recovered the body. A top police official said the body has been sent to the Sir Salimullah Medical College for autopsy, adding that an investigation is underway. The 45-year-old actress made her debut with the film Bartaman in 1998. She has since worked in as many as 25 films. She was an associate member of the Bangladesh Film Artists Association. In addition to films, she also worked in TV dramas and produced it as well. So in my opinion, I sense a lot of foul play in this particular incident, and I do hope she gets justice, her family gets justice, and I really hope that the Bangladeshi police and court they really do a good job of this. Now, coming to the next piece of news is bring government benefits to people on time. This is what Prime Minister Modi remarked to district magistrates. We have to reach 100% saturation between service and facilities for each district within a time bound target and create a roadmap for short visions for districts that can be completed in the next 2 years. Prime Minister Modi on Saturday asked district magistrates of various districts to work on time bound targets. So we have to reach 100% saturation between service and facilities for each district with a time-bound target and create a roadmap of short visions for districts that can be completed in the next 2 years. He further asked the DMs to plan 10 such tasks that will be completed in the next 3 months, which improves the ease of living of people. Similarly, plan 5 such tasks that you can club with Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. PM Modi also asked district magistrates to find the hidden potential of their respective districts. The one district, one product is based on the potential of the districts, the PM noted. It should be a mission for you to give your district a national and global image. The Prime Minister also urged district magistrates to implement vocal for local in their respective districts. For this, you will have to identify the skill of your respective district and make the value chain stronger. India is undergoing a silent revolution for digital infrastructure advancement, which should reach every nook and corner of these aspirational districts. So, a very interesting point to note from this sentence is India is undergoing a very silent revolution in digital infrastructure advancements. This is what the PM said, and really in rural areas, uh, with all the digital sort of technology available, like digital payments, payment gateways like Google Pay, Phone Pay, Bharat Pay, and even a small vegetable vendor has a QR code. So all the payments are going digital, and all the cash transactions are getting phased out. So it's quite wonderful to see that technology is also helping the rural areas function better and more efficiently. Now, Prime Minister Modi has asked district magistrates of various districts to work on time bound targets. We have to reach 100% saturation between service and facilities for each district with a time bound target and create a roadmap for a short vision for districts that can be completed in the next 2 years. So this is quite wonderful to see that he is going. The government has identified 142 districts from 22 states that lag behind in one or two parameters of aspirational district. So he's slowly, sort of systematically developing the rural areas, in terms of, giving them some sort of digital infrastructure and technology so that, all these tier 2 and tier 3 cities, it will become tier 2, tier 3 cities in the future. Now, coming to the next piece of news is that Sourav Ganguly, on reports of him wanting to send a showcase notice to Virat Kohli, is not true. Sourav Ganguly has termed reports that claim that he wanted to send a show cause notice to Virat Kohli as not true. Now, a day after reports emerged that Sourav Ganguly wanted to send a show cause notice to Virat Kohli ahead of the South African series, the BCCI president has termed such claims as not true. Now, when media contacted Ganguly for a comment on the reports that have emerged, he replied, "Not true." On Thursday, some media reports claimed that Ganguly wanted to send a notice to Virat Kohli after the former Test skipper spoke about the events leading to his removal as ODI captain. Last year, Kohli had stepped down as T20 captain, and then he was removed as the ODI captain as the selectors wanted a one captain for the white ball format. A day after Kohli was removed as the ODI captain, BCCI President Ganguly told ANI that he had indeed spoken to Virat regarding the leadership change, adding that he had requested Virat also to not give up the T20 captaincy. However, Kohli, in a press conference before Team India's departure for the South African tour, contradicted Ganguly, saying that he was never asked to leave the T20 captaincy, adding that even regarding the ODI captaincy, the communication could have been better. Last week, Kohli stepped down as India's test captain. Ganguly then said Virat Kohli's decision to step down as Team India's test skipper was a personal one. The BCCI president also said the board respects Kohli's decision. So, what's your take on this, friends, with regards to Virat Kohli and Sourav Ganguly, the whole sort of politics between them? What's your take? Now, coming to the next piece of news is that children on a Tamil talent show, they mock Prime Minister Modi ji, and the BJP were furious and they wanted Z to take it down. Now, the two child contestants on Z Tamil's Junior Superstar Season 4 had performed a skit mocking the Prime Minister by making oblique references to the government's failed demonetization attempt, disinvestment, and Modi's sartorial extravagance. The BJP in Tamil Nadu has questioned a recently aired episode of reality television show Junior Superstar Seasons 4, broadcast on Z Tamil, alleging that two child contestants performed a skit that was meant to mock PM Narendra Modi. In a letter to Z Tamil, CTR Nirmal Kumar president of the IT and social media cell of BJP in Tamil Nadu, has written to the channel asking it to take the program off air, alleging that obnoxious comments were made against the Prime Minister. The skit was aired on January 15th, and in the episode, two children dressed as the king and a minister from a popular Tamil historical political satire film, Imsai Arasan 23 AM Pulakesi, are seen making fun of the ruler of a country named Sindhia. In the film, Tamil comedy actor Vadivelu plays the role of a king controlled by the British and portrayed as vain, silly, and one who puts people in jail at his whim. The king in the movie also lives extravagantly even when there's poverty and famine in the land. In the skit aired on Z Tamil, the children seem to be narrating the story of this king who tried to demonetize the currency in a bid to eradicate black money but failed to do so. In the said skit, the child dressed as a king wonders what is stopping the growth of this country. He then concludes that it is black money and says that if all the money is demonetized, then the black money will be eradicated. The other child dressed as the minister responds that a similar incident took place in the country called Sindhia, which is a made-up kingdom, where that the king also did the same thing as you, like a fool. Continuing in the conversation, they go on to say that instead of eradicating black money, the king merely wears jackets of different colors and roams around. The children are also seen making fun of disinvestment scheme and the rule of the king in the nation, to which the judges and others present in the audience are seen applauding. The king then asks his minister if they should travel to the south of the kingdom in disguise. People will remember that Vadivelu's Imsai Arasan character from the film would often go in disguise to hear what the people were saying about him. In the skit, the child playing the role of the minister replies, "People there don't even pay attention to us when we go dressed as ourselves." However, the BJP has alleged that the show made fun of the Prime Minister by referencing the 2016 demonetization exercise to the role of the fictitious king. Kumar, in his letter to the chief cluster officer of Z Enterprise Limited, Siju Prabhakaran, said that the children aged around 10 were deliberately asked to make these comments against the Prime Minister. Scathing remarks were passed about demonetization, the diplomatic travel to various countries, PM's attire, and disinvestment. For a child below the age of 10, it would have been impossible to even understand what these really mean. So you can clearly see that there's an agenda in this show, and these kids are innocent and they are being influenced by, the left anti right wing forces. So, and it's quite obvious in this regard. Now, he also accused the channel of not taking any action to curtail the blatant misinformation being spread against the Prime Minister. It is evident that the channel made no effort to curtail the blatant misinformation being spread against the Prime Minister. It is evident that the channel made no effort to curtail this blatant misinformation passed casually, and that too through young children. In an effort to outrun their fellow participants, these children just do what it is told to them. So you just listen to these words, like, in an effort to outrun their fellow participants, these children just do what it is told to them. So in order to perform better than their fellow participants, they have to sort of take this sort of team, which is anti PM or anti national, right? So what was being spoken is beyond their reasonable understanding, and the guardians of these minors and the channel have to be held legally and morally accountable for this act. Now, throughout the 2 minute long performance of those two kids, the judges, anchors, and the mentor were seen applauding the same without any kind of inhibition. However, when people in our party contacted them, they had said that it was not their reaction to the performance and that they were shocked at the edit. They claimed that their reactions at the other times were edited and added there. This has been done intentionally, either for publicity or for some political agenda, Kumar said. He also added that after his letter, the channel has promised to remove the concerned part from its website and will abstain from retelecasting the same. Now, this is not the first time that BJP or other right-wing group members have become upset with programs by school children. In January 2021, when the country was debating the Citizenship Amendment Act, the CAA, a play was staged at the Shaheen Primary and High School in Bidar district of Karnataka, criticizing the CAA. Based on right-wing activist complaint, a case of sedition was filed against the school and parents of the children who took part in the play. The students were questioned multiple times, and head teacher of the school's primary section, along with the mother of a child who took part in the play, were arrested. The school management had to face sedition charges for allowing the play to be conducted. The arrested duo remained in jail for 2 weeks as the police actively pursued the sedition charges until February 14, 2020. So you can see how discreetly, anti-national forces are even penetrating the young Indian youth's minds, and in terms of having these plays, these anti what do you say, left wing liberal plays in schools. Vardhan says, I just read somewhere that Sri Lanka is being helped by a government. Yes, yes, because Sri Lanka is, we have our borders with Sri Lanka, and it's very important that we don't have more enemies. Like we already have China and Pakistan, who we are, cautious against at this time. So we don't want more enemies in our borders. I think Pakistan is going bankrupt, so they are losing it, going berserk. Absolutely. Pakistan, the inflation is at an all-time high, and the currency, the Pakistani rupee, has fallen down like anything, and the country is going to go bankrupt very soon. Shobha says, shame on audience. Absolutely, Shobha. Is it true that some 35 media accounts, including YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter, has been banned for anti-national posts? Yes, Maya, this is true that the government has taken down many YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter accounts which has posted anti-national content. Asking London police to make arrest. I think they have really lost a plot now. Karthik, completely echo. In what regard are you talking about? Is my voice echoing, Anuradha? Meeta says, happy birthday to our dear Sushan. I couldn't join you to work. I had tears rolling down while driving and hearing the session, and especially the song. We will get justice no matter what. Absolutely, Meeta Melwani. And really, I also observed that it's like yesterday I saw Priyanka sing on one of the YouTube platforms, and but she really seemed to not be that emotional. She had a sort of cool head, and she was like not at all emotional, which I found quite surprising, in my opinion. Karthik says being reclusive is understandable. Suchitra Sen was recluse, and so is Rakiji now. Why we never see Aditya Chopra anywhere on any TV show or any interview? Is he of a same mind? Quite interesting, Karthik. But our country is great, Joby Bolo Yar, helping Sri Lanka, our neighboring country, even in this pandemic, helping so many countries with vaccines. Absolutely. India, especially during this COVID period, that India has come out very, very strong. In terms of economy, like India has grown economically stronger, I would say. The economic growth rate in India is stronger than China, and many companies are shifting their base from China to India in terms of manufacturing. So a lot of this COVID period has really strengthen India economically, and also it will strengthen India militarily also, because China is always, because of the threat of China, we are buying the latest machines, and we are also developing our intelligence so much that it's kind of making us stronger. Meena Kudus, as Churchill said, men occasionally stumble over the earth, over the truth, but most of them pick themselves up and hurry off as if nothing ever happened. Absolutely. I think we should leave the family of SSR behind and focus on justice for our hero and all those who died unsung with him. SSR is a family member for all of us. Yes, Karthik, and it's absolutely incredible that even after 17 to 18 months, that people have not forgotten Sushant Singh Rajput. And yesterday, Boycott Bollywood was trending on Twitter, and people have not forgotten. So there was something in Sushant Singh Rajput, that he was not a normal person, and that people have so much of love and passion for finding justice for him, and that's incredible. Maya says Ria's Insta post, misuse should be read as misused. The way he was dragged down to hell by these people who live in hell all the time in mindset and thoughts. So yeah, everyone is making use of Sushant Singh Rajput's name for fame. Even especially all these, the accused number one, Ria, and also like people like Ankita Lokende. They're just using his name for fame. Tezpur Yoga, Chinese nuclear bomb unleashed globally COVID-19, and the chain reaction goes on and on. Yes, it seems like a biological leak, this COVID-19, and every it seems that they wanted to, in my opinion, they wanted to reset the whole world economy and sort of deflate the global economies, and that's how this virus was, set. And I do hope that with Omicron, this is the final phase of COVID-19 virus. This is my hope. In the interview, Priyanka D says that SSR is always with her and keeps talking to her. That's why probably she was not emotional. Okay, okay, Dashobha. Hi, Anita. How are you? So yeah, that's all the news for today, friends. And thanks for joining us. And on Monday, we'll be back with Meena, and she'll be having a session with Deepthi with regards to the continuation of the SSR diary. So make sure you tune in at 8 o'clock on Monday. Thank you, everyone.